This is a process shot. I'm Michael, I'm not missing any body parts, and I've seen Freaks, a film from 1932 directed by Tod Browning. Between a number of scenes that show the day-to-day lives and stories of circus performers and sideshow freaks, from romantic exploits to newborn children, the main narrative of the film concerns two dwarves and... Wait, can I say dwarf? There's nobody around here to yell at me. Anyways, Hans and Frida are engaged, but Hans finds himself in love with a non-freak woman, an acrobat named Cleopatra, whose affection for Hans are nowhere near genuine. When she's informed of Hans's great wealth, she plans to marry him and subsequently kill him, taking his money and running off with another lover. It's a plan that goes awry when word of this deception reaches the other sideshow freaks. That's the primary story of the film, but not its primary focus. Rather, it's those other scenes that seem to make up the bulk of the film, showcasing the normalcy of the lives of the sideshow performers despite their physical or mental limitations. It's an immediate example of the film's primary theme of morality and how the idea that a person's deformities define who they are is not a true statement. The decision to focus on these scenes is a bit of a detriment, given the film's short running length and the subsequent compression of the main story. And it's especially jarring when the film changes its tone to something more in line with a horror or thriller film when the freaks learn of Cleopatra's plans and choose to avenge their friend. The film is more of a regular romantic drama up to that point. The cinematography of Freaks really helps to sell this tonal shift as well, slowly pushing from well-lit and active scenes and sequences of daily activities to more stark and static shots of characters as tensions increase. Like a clear display of battle lines being drawn and the sideshow freaks are using their physical disadvantages as a means of appearing as a threat. The final scenes of the movie takes this a step further and casts the characters in shadows, lit only by sporadic flashes of lightning, fully making them appear as a threatening force, which, again, feels somewhat sudden, but at the very least isn't entirely unwelcome. Again, the main story of the film is meant to showcase this sort of camaraderie and loyalty, though the filmmakers do their best to humanize those who would be deemed monstrous from their appearance alone. In a more recent day and age, a movie like Freaks likely would never be made, partially due to medical advances, and mostly due to the exploitation involved in such a project. But it almost seems as though that element was strongly considered in the making of this film, and so the filmmakers did their best to ease the blow, so to speak. When it comes down to technical details, Freaks is still a pretty standard movie, and when it comes to the story and plotting, it tends to take its time in moving along despite its short runtime. But it's less for the film's story and more its overall message that seems to be the primary reason that the film was made, putting the viewer face to face with sideshow freaks and showing them that it's not how you look, walk, or talk that makes you a monster. Freaks. Tod Browning, 1932. 4 stars. I recommend giving it a watch. Anyways, that's it for the review. Kinda heavy, but then again, maybe not. If you liked the video, then drop it a like. If you want to leave a comment instead, go ahead. Subscribe if you'd like more reviews like this. I've got nothing else.